Perfect. Hi, guys. So she is going to share a presentation for you guys tonight. But I'm super excited to jump on here and just speak with you guys about what it is that we do as coaches. I think sometimes it's like really cool to watch all of us on social media, but until you kind of figure out the nitty gritty of what we do and like what it means to like be a part of our team, you don't really get the like outside tasks that it might take. And I know for me, like coming in, I didn't really know what the heck was going on, but I knew what people were doing seemed really cool and they seemed really freaking happy. And I wanted that. So we're going to talk a little bit about each of our stories and really like the reason why we are here right now as coaches. We'll kind of go through like,
yeah, the highway's gonna be crazy with the
make sure that you guys mute when you jump on, because it's not going to mute you automatically. But day-to-day tasks that we do as a coach, how we kind of earn money, where we're going from there, how to get started, and then just looking at the big picture of things and creating a vision and a dream that is so much bigger than where you are right now. And it's so hard to see sometimes in the beginning, like what is truly possible. But I really want you to be present. We're going to try and keep this under 30 minutes, but we want you to be present here with us right now. So like she said, my name is Maddie. I have been a coach for, it'll be 5 years, which is insane. This next month, September, October, 5 years, which is insane. I was 20 years old when I joined. I was in the middle of getting my undergraduate degree in exercise science because I knew I wanted to go on to be a physical therapist. And I say this part of my story because one, I was so young, being 20 years old, like so many people were like out running to the bars, doing all these things. And I remember I would like get up at 5 a.m. during college to get my extra workout in because I was on the volleyball team. So we were always traveling, but to get my workout in, to show up on social media and get these things we call power hours in, which is just so crazy. I think about like, wow, I was just so dedicated to this bigger picture because I knew at one point when I was going to physical therapy school, I would be $100,000+ in debt if I wasn't willing to find something to kind of help me save on the beginning stages. I didn't know what that was going to look like. I didn't know if it was possible. That number seemed so crazy and huge, but I knew that beginning to start something small in my 20s could truly be something that would impact my life later down the road. And I also knew that it would help me with other choices. Like if I wanted to travel more, or if I wanted to like go get my nails done in college and not have to ask my mom for spare change. So fast forward, obviously there's so much more to my story, but this is a part I really wanted to touch on is that 5 years ago, I had no idea what I wanted, but I knew that I loved the people I was surrounding myself with, and I loved health and fitness. Now I'm in physical therapy school. I'm in my 2nd year, which is crazy. Time is flying by. But I was able to, so early on have that crystal clear vision that for the entire first year of school, I didn't have to take out a single student loan. I didn't have to worry about not having a paycheck week to week. I had an income every single week of PT school. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say that every single day of PT school, I've been working my business. Like I created this intense, all in atmosphere for the last 3.5 years so that when I got to school, like school's my top priority, but I created a business that was going to set me up for success. And so I just want you to like be here, be in the moment. This business can be so different for everybody, but that's my story is that I was so young. I didn't know where I was going, but I knew that this could help me along the way. So I'll turn it over to Susie to kind of talk on her story, and then Melissa will tell hers, and then we'll kind of get into that nitty gritty.
Yes. Hi. Thank you, Maddie. So happy to be here with you all. So I am Suzette. People call me Susie. I am a wife, a mom to 2 boys, and I'm a substitute teacher. But I found coaching because I was really just kind of like lost. I had lost my confidence. I was overweight. I was struggling with just like my relationship with food. And I kept seeing on social media this girl that was sharing about her workouts and how she was thriving and following a nutrition program. And she was this attorney in a prestigious law firm. She was actually a partner, and she started to, like follow this whole program when she just felt like she needed to get healthier, and she would just simply share it. And after a whole year of absolutely falling in love with everything about her life, I knew I wanted that. So I reached out to her and she was like, yes, let's do this, which we're going to get into more. But it's basically a nutrition program that goes together with a fitness program. And of course, the magic of all of that is the community and the support. Long story short, I got great results and I immediately wanted to share with the world because I knew that so many people out there were struggling and I could be one person that can help them. So she asked me, do you want to be a coach? And even though I knew nothing about coaching and I didn't know what it entailed, all I knew is that I wanted to pay it forward. I wanted to pay forward the feeling and the results that I had gotten. And so I said, sure. And here I am 6 years later as a full-time Beachbody coach, because that is, the title that we have. But it's funny because you're a coach to mentor other people that, are looking for the results. But it's almost like if I am coaching myself alongside amazing women and leaders that all sit in the same room. And what I mean that is, even though many times it's virtually, they help me level up. So you're probably thinking, okay, but what does a coach do? Because I know for me, I was just like, I just want everyone to have what I'm feeling. And I want everybody to have these amazing results. And so basically, a lot of people, I think they have like presumptions or they have these pre-expectations. A coach is basically someone that helps someone else become better, right? That's really what a coach is. But at the end of the day, we have vital behaviors, right? And so your journey becomes your job. That's how you become proof the products work. That's our number one vital behavior, right? If we are using these amazing nutrition programs and we are, having access to online. I'm muted. Now I'm not. Right? Can you hear me? Okay, because it says I was muted. So we're using all the tools. And as you are going through all of this journey of your own personal care, your own personal growth, what happens is you start getting these results and you start sharing with people that what you're doing actually works, which it does. I am absolute proof. 6 years later, I've never, ever looked back. And boy, can I tell you that I've yo-yoed with my weight, my relationship with food, all the things. But what I started to do was kind of just share a little bit on social media so that I can connect with people, so that I can inspire. And really what I would do is I would invite them to join me. A lot of times I had people say, I want to do what you're doing. But there was many times that I felt that I was the one that needed to say, hey, I know that this is something that you've struggled with. You shared it with me in the past. Do you want to do this? And I would follow up with them. And that's our second vital behavior, is to connect with people, to pay it forward, to invite others to join us. And then we follow up with them, right? We follow up to make sure that they know we're here to hold their hand, because it's scary. Change is scary. We get that. But we are here to mentor them, guide them, and basically coach them through their entire journey, which takes me to vital behavior number 3. Along all of this, we add a mindset component. I don't know about you, but for me, if I am in a negative state, everything goes wrong, right? So we work on personal development to make sure that we are putting together our health, our physical health, together with our mental health, right? Because a lot of the things that we struggle with, especially with nutrition, it's all a mindset shift that we need to make, right? And that mindset shift helps us create better habits. It helps us create or make better choices. And so we are constantly being trained on. We have amazing resources the network provides to do like events and mentorship, master classes. We have so many things, but the bottom line is that vital behavior number 3 is about really working on your mindset, right? And understanding that the way that you become your best self is working on yourself, which takes me to Vital behavior number 4, it's to get people results. And you guys, that's a no-brainer, because if you're working on yourself and you're inviting other people to join you, you're going to take people along the ride with you. So you are going to help them get results because you yourself are going to be there working on you and sharing with them. You're going to be guiding them. Like I said, you're going to be mentoring them. We do this all through a private app or a private group. Sometimes it could just be through a simple messenger thread. But at the end of the day, we never leave people alone on this journey because we are called to get them results. But again, if we are getting our own results, we can easily get other people results, right? Because we have the best community that provides amazing support, and it all just is this amazing comprehensive ecosystem that really just has helped thousands upon thousands of people, which is why we're here sharing this with you, because we are so passionate. We are full of, desire to just pay it forward, and there's a lot of purpose in what we do. So I hope that just gives you a gist of what it is. People tend to overcomplicate it. It's not. Your journey becomes your job. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to Melissa to continue to share with us.
Do you want me to speak on this, or do you want to tell your story first, Mel?
I can share go ahead, Mads, and I'll do it after.
Okay, I think it'll be perfect. So as she was saying, like, those are the first steps of like what we truly do on a day-to-day basis. And I'm going to dumb down the compensation plan for you guys right now, just to like the most basic level. If you were to start tomorrow, this is exactly what you need to know. There are so many levels. It's like an onion. As soon as you just keep peeling the onion, there's more and more magic to what we do. But that first ground level is helping people. It's helping people get results just like you got results. So the first thing is a total solution pack. So this is kind of the picture graphic on here. This is how you would start, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but you're going to start them the exact same way as you got started. And so with that 140 to 160, whatever it might be, it kind of fluctuates based on what sales are going on. But with that total solution pack, you will make $50 commission per person that you help. So your goal in that first month, is to help 5 people. And if you help 5 people, that's $250 straight to your bank account. The cool thing is Beachbody loves to just give us bonuses for helping more people. So if you help 5 people in a 5-week plan or a 5-week span, you'll get an extra $100 bonus. So right there alone is $350. So for say, if you're like, I'm a go-getter and like, I want to truly help my family this month, you're like, I know 10 people. I sit at 10 people sit at my Thanksgiving table every single year. I know 10 people that could truly benefit from this right now. And if you were to help 10 people in that 5-week period, you would bring in an extra $700 into your family's income that month. $700. There is so much you can do with that extra $700. But I always just ask, like, what on the top of your mind, like what could that help with you this month? Because I think of like Christmas coming up, the holidays coming up, having to travel home to see my family, just like going into debt for silly reasons, when it's like you could truly make an impact on your family's income this month by just helping 10 people. And so I love to just keep it super simple. And like I said, there's so many extra ways based on building a team and based on rank down the road. But where you are right now is this: how many people can I help get results just like I have? So I'm going to keep it super simple there. It's like a tongue twister. And then Mel, you can take over.
Amazing. Yes. So my name is Melissa Gallimay. I have been a coach the longest out of the 3 of us. Actually, in February, it will be 8 years, which seems really, really crazy because when I started this business, feeling emotional already, my oldest was 7 years old. And I was a busy mama, like many of you, and I was working full time. I felt like I was drowning in motherhood. I was drowning in my work obligations. I had a 3-hour round trip commute. And I never wanted to be a quote unquote stay-at-home mom, but I wanted more time with my children. I felt like I was missing out on so many things. And there are so many pivotal moments that I can share with you, but one of them really stands out to me. My daycare at the time was going in and volunteering in her son's class. And I didn't know that. And I bumped into a mutual friend at the grocery store, and she said, "Oh my gosh, I love seeing Jenna," who at the time was very, like, I don't know, 5, 6 months old. "I love seeing her every week in my classroom." And I was like super puzzled at what she was talking about. And as we continued to talk, I realized that my daycare provider was leaving her home and taking my infant and going to work in her son's class. And I can't tell you the amount of times that I was having to tell my 2 boys that I couldn't work in their class because I had to work. And so for me, that was crushing. And I joined this business without really any vision or desire beyond to get a discount on my products and to lose 25 pounds. I had already lost the 25 pounds, ended up having a 3rd baby, and was well on a postpartum journey. But something shifted in me, and I was watching these women like Susie's coach, Christina, who were walking away from their full-time jobs, who were making 6 figures in the corporate world and turning around and doing that in this online virtual world. And I just kept watching, thinking, if they can do it, why not me? If they can do it, why not me? And so that, for me, just that statement alone was everything. It transformed everything. My back was against the wall. And at 15 months into working this business, I was able to walk away from my full-time job, take my kids out of daycare. And for the past 7 years, I've been home with my kids. And my story is not typical. This business does take work and it does take effort, but I literally poured everything that I had into this because I knew what was possible because somebody else had done it. So I want to bust through some of the misconceptions that maybe you hear, and maybe some of the hesitations that you have yourself right now. So the first one is, I don't want to be salesy. I'll just be 100% honest. We don't want you to be salesy either. We want you to, just like Susie said, your job is your journey, and like get those results and go out and share your testimony of why this works. Because I promise you, when you get really freaking excited about something, people want to do it with you. Think about the last time that you wanted to go to a concert and you text your friend, you were like, "Oh my gosh, so-and-so's in town, we've got to get tickets." You were excited about that, right? You didn't have to sell them on anything. You didn't have to convince them. They were like, "Let's get the tickets, let's go." That's kind of how I've built my business with this. Every time I hear someone say, "Well, I don't want to be salesy," I always ask them, "Do you think that I'm salesy?" And they're like, "No." Perfect. That's what I want you to do. I want you to go out and share your story. And we teach you how to do that in a way that doesn't feel super uncomfortable to you or feel quote unquote icky. It is going to be uncomfortable because it's outside your comfort zone, but I promise you, you can do this. The next one is, I'm not at my fitness goal. This is probably what holds people back the most. I know for me, that was a limiting belief, but think of all the people that you watch on social media who start a journey and then they take you on it. Aren't you more inspired by their journey than knowing that they lost 100 pounds and you didn't see any of it? I promise you, you don't have to be at your fitness goal. When you join our community, you are joining a diverse group of coaches, both men and women from every different background, every different size, every different body issue. And so many people come in not at their fitness goal. Do not let that be something that holds you back, because it truly could be what propels you forward. The next one is, I don't have a lot of time. Guys, you just heard from Maddie, who started this business as a full-time college student and is now going to school for her doctorate. Suzette and myself both have kids who are in sports year-round. We have other obligations. We all get the same 24 hours in a day. And I know sometimes that's like a cringy thing to hear, is that like, we all get the same 24 hours in a day, but it's true. When there's something that's important to you, you figure it out. When I started this, I didn't have a lot of time. I would wake up early and make that sacrifice of sleep. I would go to bed late and I would make that sacrifice of sleep. I would cut like my Netflix shows, or on my lunch breaks, I wouldn't sit and talk with my coworkers. I would listen to calls, things like that. There's always a way to figure out the things that are important to you. The next one is, I don't have a big following. I will just speak from my own experience. I literally didn't have any following on Instagram. I had like the worst grainy, like 2 or 3 photos on there with like 1 or 2 likes. And when I started posting on social media, I actually was really uncomfortable with sharing, because I thought like people were going to judge me because I wasn't at my fitness goal. And who am I to like inspire and motivate people? But I created this group. But when I started getting the courage to like post on my Facebook page, it was like my coach and my dad that would like all my posts. And now I share, and I have a pretty large following and I've connected because I've built that over time. It's just like anything that you want. You have to work at it. You have to grow it. And again, we teach you how to connect with other people who are like you to share in this community with you. And I want you to think of like those big influencer accounts that maybe have like 100,000 followers or 1 million followers. They started with 1 follower. It didn't happen overnight. Okay, so just remember that everyone has a day 1 and you can't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 25. And then the final one, which is always laughable to me because this day and age, I feel like everybody has some sort of side hustle and is involved in some sort of network marketing. Isn't this a pyramid scheme? Those are illegal. Look them up. I really feel like this one doesn't even need a lot of justice because it's not a thing anymore, right? It used to be like when I first got started in 2014, pyramid schemes were still like a talk, but like if you really do your research, you understand that those aren't legit. The FCC is like on people. Beachbody's been around for like 20 plus years. It is a real company. And as a mom of 3 who's been building this from home for the past 7 years and involved for 8.5 years, I promise you, like, I wouldn't be wasting your time and I wouldn't be wasting my family's time if this wasn't quote unquote real. I get a very real paycheck every single week. We have a very real, incredible community and team. Like, you just have to kind of be a part of it to really, truly understand what this is about. So what if instead of fearing failure of the unknown, you started fearing the real bad guy, which is regret, and thinking like, what if this doesn't work out for me? What if I don't take a leap of faith? What if I don't? Like, I know that I don't want to wake up one day and feel like I never took a leap of faith on the things that just had those tugs on my heart. So I'm going to send this back to Susie so she can go over this next slide.
Thank you, Mel. And I'm going to say something before we go on to the now what, because I think for me, one of the things that because I did have a couple of those things cross my mind, but one of the things that really like got me to love this business from the very, very beginning was that I noticed that the community was like no other, right? It's a community that's really like a sisterhood. And I had seen people like Melissa that were here for so many years. There's a longevity component to this. And I felt like if I was in a very safe space, coming from being a dancer, a cheerleader, there was always that criticism. I lost a lot of friends and the community gave me that. I gained like a lot of friends with this business, which enhanced my life, made it funner because I jumped into the business, letting go of the fear, right? Because I just kept saying, I feel so good around these women. I have to let go of what people are going to think, because that's another big one. And the last thing I want to say is it changed my marriage. You guys, I remember the day that I was sitting on my couch and I couldn't even stay awake to have a conversation with my husband. And he was like, babe, like, what is wrong with you? You can't even hold a conversation. That's when I knew that I needed to change my energy levels and my health. But when I did, my relationship in my marriage, it just completely changed. My confidence came back, my energy, and people saw that. It was radiating and people just kept saying, I want what you have. So this is about inspiring and gaining so many things that we haven't even talked about, like events, trips that, you know, the network offers us for helping people. There's so many rewards. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, the community is like no other. And for me, it's just something that has really brought joy into my life. So with that being said, if you have felt that maybe this is a right fit for you, or maybe you're thinking like, oh my God, what if, right? Or you're feeling a tug at your heart because you could relate to these common struggles, like not having friends or not having a community or wanting additional income. Or maybe you're feeling like if you do want to level up in your health, but you don't know where to start. And you're thinking, maybe this is the right fit. And you're wondering, okay, how do I get started? What is your best option? Well, I'm here to tell you that you need to reach out to the person that invited you to this call, because that person saw something in you where they feel that you have potential and they most definitely think that they can help you. So your best option would be talking to the person that invited you so that you can figure out what is the best package for you? What is the right nutrition program for you? What is the right fitness workout? And maybe explore what other products are going to help you level your own wellness journey. Because remember, your journey is your job. So when you improve your own wellness, you're going to inspire others because you're going to pay it forward. And why start now? There's no better time. You guys, tomorrow's not promised. I don't know about you, but I have a high schooler and a middle schooler, and I want to be the best mom for them. You know, I want to be the best spouse to my husband. My parents are aging. I want to take care of them. But all of that comes with me having that energy, that stamina, and I want to chase vitality because all of it is going to give me that quality of life. So what are your next steps? Like I said, reach out to the person that invited you, talk to them about getting you started on the right plan. And right away, we are going to be here to give you simple trackers so that you know exactly what you have to do. You check it off in your pockets of time when you have, an opportunity to work this business. Obviously, it is a business and we do treat it like a business. So you have to work at it, but it's definitely something where there's no lack of resources. We're going to put you in a place where you're going to get the right training, and we're going to be here to hold your hand every step of the way. I promise you that it's about the human that you become. It's magic to your life, because I say that loud and proud because I feel it. I try to scream it from the rooftops because this has completely not only been life-changing, but life-saving for me.
And I just think it's so true. It's like, if I didn't make a single dollar in this business, I would still be here because of the human being that it has truly changed me into being. And I was so nervous at my first event because, one, I'm like 20 years younger than most people on our team. And I was like, these moms are going to be like, who is this little pipsqueak showing up to these events? But like, it's honestly the most incredible community. And they just like take me in as one of their own. And then they ask me to take all their social media photos and teach them all the technology things. But our community is something that I just feel like is unmatched across the network. But when it comes to getting started, like, this is, again, a picture of like the super simple basic, but like Suzette said, like, ask your coach what's going to work best for you. But on the, surface level, like, you're going to get access to all of your workouts for a year, because you being the best person and, walking billboard for what we do is the most important. Because when you feel good and you're speaking from your heart of what's working for you, doesn't matter what it looks like in the mirror, doesn't matter the amount of pounds you've lost, but the feeling that you're getting from pressing play each day is going to talk to that person. And I like to say, like, it's going to sell itself, so you don't have to feel like you're chasing people down. But you'll get your Shakeology, your daily superfoods, or you can choose a different package from there. Our nutrition programs you'll get access to, our portion control containers, and then depending on the program, like a resistance band or whatever the equipment might be for what you start with. And then that's like on the challenger side of you getting the best results. And then as a coach, like, you're going to get access to having your own website where people can like find your links. You'll get access to all of our team trainings, our coach mentorships. We have team calls every single week to help you grow. One-on-one mentorships with your coach, just being able to ask the questions that you're like, I don't know what to do. Like, I got someone interested, now what? Like, we have a step-by-step process for all of those questions. So it is so laid out. Like, there's no guesswork. Like, we are here to see you have success from day one, not 3 months down the road, but from day one. As soon as you get uncomfortable and as soon as you start willing to work hard and like peel off those layers, like, you're going to see the results start to happen. And then again, like, we have all our quarterly and yearly events that are always just fun to get to. You get to really meet your community in person. And when you find like you get to meet your coach for the very first time, you're like, this business is truly real. And I think for so long, it doesn't feel like it until you are like hugging that person that's changed your life. And you're like, whoa, this isn't just a Zoom world. This is a real thing that can impact whatever I'm doing. So let's finish it off with a dream.
Yes, I could just talk to you guys all night, because just like Maddie and Suzette said, like, it is truly transformed. There's not a piece of my life that it hasn't transformed. And it's not just mine. Like, I get to look and see the people who have joined because they chose faith over fear, and they took that leap of faith and they went against the grain. Like as Maddie was talking, and she's like, I was the youngest on the team. She was, but she literally came in with this fire and like breathed it into all of us. So again, it doesn't matter where you're at and what you're doing. Like, we have a seat at the table for you. And right now I want you to put everything down, and I want you to just focus, and I want you to think about this. Take a deep breath. What if you just went for it? What if you just made the investment? You made the commitment. You said, I'm going to stop thinking about this. I'm going to stop second guessing this. And you just actually went for it. I want you to think right now about the things that are weighing on you when you go to bed at night or when you wake up first thing in the morning. Is it finances? Is it troubled relationships? Is it every time you walk into your closet, you're sorting through 15 different outfits and nothing feels comfortable? Is it an unexpected diagnosis that you need to manage? Is it your kids going off to college or their future marriages and things like that? You want to financially be able to take care of those things. Is it your aging parents? All of that, we have a solution for. And again, I will say this until I'm blue in the face. It does not come easy. You have to make the investment of time. You have to make those sacrifices. But right now you're listening to 3 women who chose to do this. Maddie's been able to pay a large portion of her doctorate because she did this. Suzette has been able to contribute to her family and be present for her children because she's done this. I've been home with my kids for the past 7 years. There's not been one summer that I've not been home for something. I am now the mom that other moms call and ask favors for because I'm home and I get to do that. And I don't take that responsibility lightly. This is such a gift, and it was perfectly planted in my life. And there's no mistake that you are either on this call or you are listening to this replay. I truly believe that if you've invested the last 32 minutes with us, it's because there's a reason that you're supposed to be here with us. And whatever the dreams and the desires that you have on your heart, it is not too late, my friends. You can start now, and you can start working out that every single day. And if nothing else, you just become a healthier, happier version of yourself, not just for you, but for the people in your life. Just like Susie said, as she said, explained like sitting on the couch and her husband was like, where's your energy, right? Like, what is going on? My husband now has the wife that he deserves, right? My children now have the mom. We didn't even dive deep into our stories so that you guys could truly understand the testimonies and the transformations. It's not just about drinking a shake and posting a sweaty selfie and doing workouts. It literally can transform your life. So all those big dreams you have, they're totally possible. The best news is that it's completely in your hands and you have the ability to do it. We are not special. We are not gifted. We are special. We are gifted, but there's nothing that we've done that you can't do. So I ask you that you just take this all in tonight and you think about, what if I don't take a chance? What if I don't go all in? What is that going to look like? That regret that you'll feel. Maybe it starts out as just $50 to pay towards your credit cards. Maybe it's paying for your products. Maybe it's taking a family vacation. Maybe it's being able to pay for your kids' weddings. Maybe it's buying your dream home. Whatever that looks like, I promise you it's possible if you're willing to put in the work. So thank you guys for your time. If you have any questions, please reach out to the person who invited you to this call or sent you the replay of this. We are always here. And when you join that person, you're joining all of us. And we cannot wait to work with you. Thank you for your time tonight. If you have any questions, just reach out to whoever invited you. Have a good night, guys.
Bye.